Hello students, today we will be starting the first chapter of Contemporary India, a textbook of geography for class 9th. The chapter is India, Size and Location. As you all know, India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world and it has contributed a lot in making the world history. So let us study in detail about the location of our country. Okay, the first thing that you can see in this is that India is located entirely in the northern hemisphere. The earth is divided into two hemispheres, the northern and the southern hemisphere, and India is in the northern hemisphere. Okay, move down to the map because it's the map where I'm going to tell you the rest of its location. The mainland extends between the latitude 8 degree and 4 minutes north and 37 degree and 6 minutes north. So here also you can see that India is extending from 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. Okay, and from east to west it extends from 97 degree 25 minutes to 68 degree and 7 minutes. Understood? Now from the middle of our country passes a line which is known as the Tropic of Cancer. This line, which I have shown in pink, this is called the Tropic of Cancer and it divides our country into two equal parts, that is the northern part and the southern part. Understood? Okay. Now you will see that towards the southeast of our country, fine, towards the southeast of our country you have Andaman and Nicobar Islands lying in the Bay of Bengal, and to the west of our country you have the Lakshadweep Islands lying in the Arabian Sea. Understood? The total area of the country, so area is all this. The total area of the country is 3.28 million square kilometers. Understood? India is the 7th largest country in the world. Move on to the first table. Let's see. Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil, Australia and then India. So India is the 7th largest country in the world and it has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers. Now you see that you have already learned about latitudes and longitudes. Longitudes are the vertical lines, latitude is the horizontal line. So when you move from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, okay, so when you are going from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Because of this time difference, what we do is we consider the time along our standard meridian. This standard meridian passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh and the time is calculated on this meridian and that time is taken as the time for the whole country, and that's why India has only one time. Whether you go to Gujarat or you go to Arunachal Pradesh, the time will be same and there will be no time difference. Okay, now moving on to the world map. So if you see in the world map, what you will see that since ancient times, India has a central location in the Asia. This is your Asia, and if you see, India is centrally located in Asia. And because of this important position, it has important connections with Europe through ocean routes. And because of this, trade has happened between Europe and Asia. Similarly, even in Asia, because of the central position, it has important relations with other countries of Asia. Okay, now you will say why is Indian Ocean named as Indian Ocean? That is because India protrudes, you can see India is coming out into the ocean, it is protruding in the ocean, and that's why the Indian Ocean has been named after India. Understood, children? Let us move forward. We have seen about important ocean routes between Europe, India and other parts of the country. Similarly, you have various land routes also which has connected India to other areas of the Asia. So in the north you have the mountains, which are the Himalayas, and in the Himalayas you have passages, and through these passages people from way back have been going through Central Asia, coming into India and exchanging their ideas. The ideas of Upanishads, Ramayana, Panchtantra, Indian numerals, decimal system, they could reach all throughout the world because of land routes through India. Okay, so now again you move back to the map of India. See, this map shows you the various land and ocean routes that India has been connected to the entire world. Now you come to this map, which is the political map of India. Now let us first of all know how many states are there in India. It has 29 states and it has 7 union territories. India, now we will see the neighbouring countries of India. In the northwest, India shares its boundary with Pakistan and Afghanistan. See, in the map you will see in the northwest you have Pakistan and Afghanistan. In the north you have Nepal, China and Bhutan. Did you see that? If you go to the west you will have Bangladesh and Myanmar, and if you go to the south of our country you will see that you have Sri Lanka and you have Maldives. Lakshadweep is a part of India, so that is not in our neighbouring country. We have Sri Lanka and Maldives as our neighbouring country. Now you can see that Sri Lanka is separated by a small connection from India. This channel of sea is formed by the Palk Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Okay, whereas Maldives is lying to the south of Lakshadweep. Understood, beta? So the important position of India has strengthened his relationship with other countries. So India has had a strong geographical and historical links with the neighbors, and still it holds a very important position in the world map. This is all about your first chapter. Hope you understood it. Thank you. Difficulties, if any, will be solved in your Zoom class. Bye.